Okay, so this one is actually a shakeout. Okay, this one is actually a shakeout. You know what is shakeout, right?
Yes.
Okay, this is actually shakeout where you can take your position. So what I mean to say that your Asian session high was a take profit target. Okay, and if you place your trade right over here on the London Open, okay, your stop loss can be here. Now you have to remember you cannot hold this trade for longer because you are against your bias, your major bias, your major background. Yeah. Okay.
One question. Only if you would you enter at the close of shakeout bar, or you will wait for it to go back up, so that
I will actually enter on
so
the
that
way. I will enter on the shakeout. Close of shakeout.
on the close of shakeout.
Yes, because this is a sign of weakness. Sign of strength. This is a sign of strength. All right. Shakeout bar is a sign of strength. You can see sudden increase in volume. Can you?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. So I will enter over here. My take profit would be here. All right. At the Asian high. Now,
but if you had entered on the test prior to shakeout bar, you see the test of
this one.
Few bars. Yeah.
This one is a test. I will not enter over here. The reason why, because this is not on the right reference level. It appears in the middle, nowhere. It does not touches this line. It does not touches this line. You got it? It does not touches this over here. It should be at the right reference level, as I told you before as well. It should be at the right reference level. Sorry.
Isn't it at the right at the right reference level with regards to the previous high volume bar?
You see
the previous
it should
high
be.
volume bar.
I told you. Step 4 on correct reference levels. Okay. Entry on 3 minutes time frame based on minor sign of weakness on correct reference levels. It should be on the correct reference level. Now, how can you say like what is the reference level? This is this previous high. This is not the reference level.
This one, yes.
This one I will not say it as the reference level.
Reference level next is high volume bar.
This one.
Yeah, this one. Yes.
But where does it come from?
It's a jack.
But where does it? But the thing is, the jack comes over here, right? The reference point of this jack is here. This jam across the creek is this point. So either this is the reference line, or this is the reference line. Okay. And once we draw that, and once we see this, this is a confirmation that this is a confirmation, okay, that the market would go up, but this is not the entry. The entry should be on the right reference level. So if I draw this line over here, now we have 3 reference level. We have 3 reference level. We can either enter on any of these 3, either this one, this reference level, which is the minor spring level, or this one over here, or this one. And this bar shakeout comes on all 3 reference level. Can you see? Yes, this shakeout comes on all 3 reference level. So yeah, we can enter confidently over here.
Okay, yeah, got it.
This is how I enter, and my high would be the target. You can see 3.17R. If you deduct commissions and spreads, it would be 3R, exactly 3R. 3R is a very nice trade. Okay, but I will not take I will not keep the absolute high. I will keep it a little bit low. Okay, over here. So you will achieve 2.9R. And actually, once you play the trade due to spreads and commission, you will achieve 2.7R, which is enough for a day.
More than enough.
Right. Okay.
Is it possible to draw a bullish trend channel also on that shakeout?
Yeah, you can draw a bullish trend channel. Of course, you can draw. You can draw, because right now it's very. I can go on higher time frame to draw. Well, difficult to draw on a lower time frame actually. Right. So, where is it? Yes, you can draw exactly. If I cut this all. If you draw this here, okay. If I take from this point to this point, shakeout point, and I draw this bullish trend channel. And now what do I observe here is exactly the shortening of the thrust. Okay, these 2 levels, and I'm observing another shortening of the thrust right over here, 2 shortening of the thrust line, 2 reverse of trend line, and I can confidently enter short over here. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can confidently enter short trade over here, and because now we are in the direction of a major background, we can hold this trade for longer. How we can hold our reference point? This is our first take profit target. This is our first take profit target. This is the second take profit target. Understand?
Right.
Okay. If you
You
enter
can
over
also
here,
draw,
sorry.
you can also draw bullish trend channel starting from the shakeout bar, right?
Yeah, you can also draw from here. It's up to you.
Okay.
If you draw from shakeout as well, you will see the same thing actually.
Right. That's
You see the same thing. You can also draw from here. Now, what do we see here? Now we can draw a reverse use of trend line.
right.
And we can see the exactly same thing over here. So it's up to you how you draw the channel. Okay. Now this one is shortening of the thrust. Okay. Plus we have two reference level. What reference level do we have? First reference level is the shortening of the thrust line. The second one is this line. This is a major Asian high. Understand? So we are coming on the two reference level, and this is a very, very good trade. You can take your short over here, your first target take profit, your second take profit target over here. And once we break down this, okay, once we go over here, second take profit, this is rally back to ice, because this was a minor ice. You can see this was a minor ice. Rally back to ice, another short trade, right?
So
over
from
here.
From your today's discussion, I got one very important point. And correct me if I'm wrong. So the point I got is that when you are trading in the direction of the larger trend, you can hold it for longer.
Yes.
To touch the other extreme.
Yes.
And when you are trading against the larger trend in
when
the
you
direction
are
of short-term trend,
you should only target 2 hour. That's it. Don't go for more than 2 hour. That's my suggestion for you.
Okay.
Understand? This will keep you profitable in the long term. Okay. So it's up to you. You draw a trend channel from here, you draw a trend channel from here, you draw a trend channel from here. It's all up to you. All of this trend channel will show you the same signs. Okay. Okay. And now, if you draw from here to here as well, now we have a major sign of weakness. You can see if you go to the 3-minute chart again. Now, once we cross this level as well, we have another sign of weakness over here. What do we see? We are observing the rally back to ice. So rally back to ice can come in 3 forms actually. There could be, okay, when we have this one breakdown here and it retests this, again it goes back to the ice on declining volume. Okay, here what do we see here? We have actually declining volume over here. You can see we have declining volume, and then suddenly this bar, effort versus no result, effort versus no result, 2 bar effort, 3 bar effort. So this is actually declining volume followed by effort versus no result. Do you understand?
Right.
But if you see here, what do we see? We have increasing volume, bullish volume. You can see we have steady increase in bearish volume. The bearish volumes are all above the moving average. They are high, steady volume. So there is a bearish strength now. The bears are strong. And once we go back, we are expecting the price to come over here. So price can do one thing. The price can go back to the rally. Okay. Once the price goes back to the reference level, it can do one thing. It can come back the reference level. Let's suppose this is the reference level. Okay. And it can go back to the reference level. This is first situation. And what you will see, if we have a declining volume and then sign of weakness or something like that. Okay, sign of weakness in the background. Sign of
so
minor sign of
weak
weakness.
rally.
Yeah,
Weak rally.
Weak
right?
rally. Okay, rally back to ice will be weak rally because we have a declining volume followed by like we have over here. We have what? Declining volume followed by effort versus no result bars.
Right.
Right? Or the second situation would be this is we have a ice, okay, falling through ice. The price can make a channel like this, okay, make a channel, and then it will make a channel like this, channel overbought down. So it will not reach this level, but it will create a overbought over here, and then we can short our market over, like we can short our trade over here, overbought. Okay. Or the third situation, which we can see is like this. We have rally back twice, okay? And then what we'll do, the market will move like this, upside. It will come down again. It will not reach this reference level. It will go up again. Go up here again. It will form hidden upthrust. Hidden upthrust. And then from hidden upthrust, we can take a trade, short trade. Okay, right. So this is the price behavior. Price can behave in any of these three forms. So what do we see here? This form here. What do we see here?
So this one, lower high test.
If you just draw a line right over here, we have a slight hidden upthrust here. Okay, after hidden upthrust, we have test of hidden upthrust, which is a no demand bar, and you can go short right over here. Our ICE would be our SL level. Okay, and we can go short here for 2-hour, 3-hour trade, wherever it takes you. You can hold it for longer, but if you hold it for longer, because we are during the market closing time, we are also reaching the closing times in the market. It's already like, okay, market closing time, so I will not suggest you to hold trade for longer at this time. And I can show you another scenario like this, okay? Okay, let's go to gold. Gold, XAU, USD. I just observe this. I think it was somewhere around here. Or maybe this one. I don't know which pair was it. Yeah, this one over here. For example, I'm just giving you example. This is buying climax. Okay. This is overbought as well. You can see. Hello, can you hear me? This is overbought, clear overbought.
Yeah.
Now we are expecting the price to come and test this level, but what happened? The price did not come and test this level. From this here, it just fell down. It just tested this level. All right. So if we draw a minor trend line over here, we can see a slight overbought. Okay. You see, we can see. So the price did not reach this level. The price just make a trend line. We can make a trend line or trend channel. Price overbought. This is overbought. OB. This is test of overbought. Okay. And then we went down. This is actually a hidden upthrust. And then this is a level of trend and we went down. So the price did not reach this level. So it's not necessary for the price to reach at the reference level. It can also form these kind of situation. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we have another situation as well. You can see we have a larger, range here. Okay. And if you can draw this whole larger range, what do we see? We are expecting the price to come and test this level. Okay, now we have two levels. We can also draw this level because this was a lower high. We can form this level as a lower high. This is also on high, huge volume over here. So this can also be so we can test this level here, or we can also draw. If you draw this trend line, trend channel, and we also draw this shortening of the thrust. If you see, you can see the price is exactly lined up over here. So the price did not touch this level, but the price formed an overbought over here. After overbought, test of overbought, and we can go short. So if you are waiting for this line, you're gonna miss this trade. So if you can draw, so you have to analyze yourself. If you can draw trend channel, you just draw it. Understand?
Right.
Yeah, and you can target over here. So my friend, you can say his name is Bisham, right? I was sharing the stats with him. He missed this opportunity because he was waiting for the test on this line, which did not occur.
Yes, that's
but
a
he
problem.
failed
Yeah,
to
yeah.
but he failed to recognize that we are also forming channel over here, and we can also take the trade or SOT trade or overbought trade over here, right? So this can happen. Now,
But I think I think this takes a lot of experience. So I think for we beginners, it is much easier that we wait for the test. And if we miss the move, that's completely fine, don't you think?
no, what I mean to say, when you are waiting for the testing, if you see, you observe the rally, okay? You observe the rally, and if you can see, if you can draw the trend channel, you draw it. That's what I'm saying. Because once you draw the trend channel, you will easily identify SOT and overbought to take your trade.
Yes.
That's what I'm
This one
saying.
is also up thrust, right? If
Yeah,
you draw
this-
the second line again.
Yeah, if you draw this from this high, this lower high, it's also an upthrust.
Also.
Now, if you just completely ignore this, for example, if you completely ignore this, we are having a lower high from here, and we are also forming here. We exactly come on this level. This lower high is also a sign of strength, sign of weakness.
Yeah.
Understand? This is also fine. But we have a multiple situation. We can have a multiple situation. But what I'm trying to say, that once you observe, you have to do two things. When you are waiting for the test, you observe how the price is rallying, observe the volume patterns. Now you see what is happening to the volume. You can see over here, the volumes are quite steady over here, quite strong. At first push, the first push volume is strong, and second push, when price do the second push, what do you see?
Decreasing volume.
Decrease in volume.
Yeah.
So it means that bulls are losing the momentum. So whatever I do, okay, I do two things. When I'm waiting for the test, I see if I can make the channel, okay, or if I can make, or if we can get the hidden upthrust. If you on a larger time frame, this would be the hidden upthrust actually of this line. If you go to the 30, let's suppose 15 minutes time frame. Let me show you. See, okay, this is exactly the hidden upthrust of this lower high, right? Can you see?
Right.
Yeah.
So
Very
what
clear.
I do, I just do two things. I see if because two things can happen. For example, this is a reference line, okay? The price, this is a buying climax region. Three things can happen. There are three scenarios during the test. Okay, the price will automatic rally, it will go down, it will after buying climax, it's automatic reaction. After automatic reaction, the price will come down. We will see declining volume like this, and we will see sign of strength or sign of weakness on the top, like effort versus no result, or hidden upthrust, or we can say no demand. So we will see these kind of situations over here. Or the second thing is, the price will never reach this area of buying climax. It will just reach over here, okay? And then what it will do? It will form lower, and then it will go again to the top, form hidden upthrust, HUT, and then from hidden upthrust, it will fall down. It will not reach over this point. Do you understand? This can happen as well, like in this situation. Or the third situation, can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, now the third situation which can occur, the third situation, as I told you, the price will make a trend line. You can see, you can observe that the price will make a something like that, an upward trend line, and then you will move across, overbought, down, or the price can also do like this.
Overbought and upthrust, huh?
Yeah, SOT. Sorry. Right. SOT, and then from SOT, move up, test, and then down. Understand? These are the
Yeah.
type of situations we can occur during the testing phase.
Right.
I hope it's clear now. So if you keep all
Yeah,
of
it's
these,
clear.
if you keep all of these three situations in your mind, what will happen? You will never do some mistake. You will never do a mistake, right? Now, sometimes it happens like this as well. I've also observed while back testing and while trading by myself, I've observed this situation as well. Okay, I will tell you right now. For example, we have a buying climax here. Okay, it's a buying climax line. The price is coming to test it. Okay, buying climax. Okay, and then after buying climax, it came down. Okay, and then the price made the structure like this. Okay, now in this point, you will not enter over here. You will wait for the overbought of this situation. Understand? The price will overshoot. Okay, the price will overshoot, it will form overbought, and then it will come down. It will overbought right over here, beyond this buying climax line. Do you understand? Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
These are the kind of situations. Okay, so if you are entering, because if you have observed the trend channel, okay, now we are still in a minor uptrend. Do you understand? If you enter right over here, you're gonna suffer your loss. It will hit your SL, you will be out of the trade. So we will not enter over here. We will wait for the overbought or SOT above buying climax, and then we will enter. Any confusion so far? Hello?
No confusion. Yeah. No
Okay,
confusion.
okay.
I think it's pretty clear. Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the mistakes which many people do. They just enter on the test of the buying climax. They don't see the structure, what the structure is doing. If what I'm saying, if you're seeing the market is going to test the buying climax, you have to draw the structure. You have to, if you can see that there is a, if you can draw a trend channel, draw it. Understand? That's what I'm saying. Because right over here, if you go to the 3-minute chart, over this line, I can easily see a trend channel. The price is not moving. The price is, how would you notice? How would you know that the price is gonna form a trend channel? Can you tell me how?
Higher lows?
The price will move in waves.
Right.
Once you see the price is moving in waves, you have to draw a trend channel. Understand?
Right, right.
Yes.
This is, yeah. Always remember this rule. Yeah.
This setup shows up a way after, like 8 hours after London Open.
Yes.
This final.
But this is XAU AUD. We are not, this setup will never be traded. This setup was actually a late New York session setup. Because I told you that we only trade London setup on British pound, USD, British pound, Japanese yen, Euro USD, and British pound, British pound and Euro.
Not gold?
Sorry?
Not XAU USD?
No, gold, because we do not have any common pair in gold. Now, gold, because the London has two kinds of currencies. Do you understand that? London has two kinds of currencies. What kind of currencies London have? GBP and EUR. You must have one common currencies. In here, we don't have any kind of we have XAU, we don't have GBP or EUR. But here, we have one of the common currency, like Euro, we have a Euro over here. British pound GBP, we have GBP over here. GBP US dollar, we have GBP over here. Euro GBP, we have both currencies over here. Understand? It should have one of the common currencies between British pound and Euro. Only that asset is suitable for London session.
Before I was doing London Open on gold only.
I cannot hear you.
Giving good results. Before I was doing London Open on gold, it was a lot clearer to read.
See, the gold is not meant for London Open. Gold is actually meant for the New York session. Okay, now this was a New York session open. I tell you, the New York session was open right over here. at this point. At this point, 5:30. This is a New York session. Now we have a short term, this one. Now, and we have this, you can draw this trend line. Okay, we have an overbought, test of overbought, and this is London Open. This is New York Open. Okay, this is New York Open, and we are breaking the lows. Okay, and this is our last, and our last major high was this spike, which occurred right over here. This spike. Okay, all right. So what we can do when this London Open, like we did not get any entry opportunity over here, but if you go and if you see over here, like, okay, if you see this kind of bar, it will retrace or whatsoever, right? If you go to the 2 minute or 1 minute time frame, then you will see it actually. This was London Open, sorry, New York Open. Okay, you can see increase in volume, testing here with increase in volume, hidden up thrust, and then we can enter right over here. Enter SL just right over here, and you go to 3 minute chart again, and our exit would be the last, you know, this low.
The low.
This one. Or you can also wait over here for this London Open. You can draw this line, wait over here. Okay, this last low, because it's a break of structure test, and we can also, we got a hidden up thrust, we can also enter right over here. Same structure, we have the last low as well. 2R. Okay, understand? So gold is traded differently. Gold is traded differently. We do not follow. But what I'm trying to say here, that when we are waiting for the up thrust, when we are waiting for the test of the buying climax, you have to notice how the price is moving. Declining volume, see the volume, see if you can make any structure. Okay, understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I have noticed few more situations, like, for example, let me tell you, okay, this is a buying climax over here. Okay, if you draw a trend channel, okay, and we are also seeing a shortening of the thrust. So what happens? What confidence you see? We come exactly on this point, plus we have shortening of thrust as well. So these two were enough evidence to go short. So what I'm trying to say, and you will see one more situation as we are going up. As we are going up here, we have a steady volume, and then we have sudden decrease in volume, decline in volume. If the volume structure is not clear, you can see this one. Okay, you can see this is what do we notice here. From here, during the end stages, we are declining in volume. You see decline in volume, bullish volume, and then suddenly what do we have? Effort versus no result. You can enter short over here. And a target would be the last major low, according to me, was this one. This was the last major low before it. I would target this. So if you have enough confidence, you can hold this trade for this long. Okay, for this long. And obviously you can set your TP to the last climatic high, above last climatic high. So this for 4.96 hour trade, almost 5 hour. Or you have another opportunity. Once you break this structure, you come back and test this level. Okay, and then you enter short over here as well. The thing is, where would you can enter over here as well, you can enter here over here as well. If you enter over here as well, but just take your right, put your stop loss at the right level. This is important.
Right.
Over here, and now you can target the last low, 3.89. Okay, any confusion so far?
No, good.
Now let's go for Euro USD and see the same structure. London Open was here. You can see London Open was here. We saw the same condition in this over here. Now what do we see here? Where's London Open? London Open is right over here. Okay, what do we see here? If we draw this trend line, okay, we can see that we observe the shortening of the thrust right over here. Shortening of thrust, it breakdown, right? Shortening of thrust right over here. And then the London Open, and then we have a major. Now we have a major uptrend over here, right? So how do we know that we are in the right location or not? Go to the 5-minute chart, redefine your structure. Refine your structure here. And during refinement process, what do you notice if you draw this channel? What do you notice if you draw this channel? We have shortening of the thrust, jump across the creek, test, shakeout over here, after versus no result, went up, and now we have a London entry over here. This is London entry. Now this London entry is a bearish bar, and you will think I should short it. If you short this market, you're gonna suffer, because in the background we have what? Hello?
Strength, yeah.
What do we have in the background? We have strength.
Strength, yeah, sign of strength.
Right? We have a strength in the background, right? Do you understand? So you cannot short this market. You have to see the background.
I think it's bag holding, isn't it?
Yes.
Bag holding bar, yeah.
Yes. This is not bag holding. This is actually, this is a hidden up thrust.
No, not this one. The previous one. On swing low.
Yeah, this is bag holding.
This one, bag holding.
And we also have a shortening of the thrust. You can see declining in volume, shortening of the thrust. Plus we have JAC, jump across the creek. And then we have bag holding over here. Or you can say effort versus no result in the background. Now the background is strength. If you guys are going to try to short this market, you're going to suffer your loss, right? So do not short it. And after this shorting, what do you see? The price goes up, bullish bar. Increase in volume, close in the mid. This bar here, again. Now this is your entry. If you go to the 3-minute chart, your entry will be much more clear. Where is the entry here? Yes. Here. London Open was here. This one. London Open. This huge bar. And this one, a test of the bar. Okay. Jump across the creek. The jump across the creek was established right over here. We are waiting for this one. So what we're going to do here, we can draw because the jump across the creek high, you can draw this first reference line. This is first reference line. This is second reference line. Okay. But we do not have any reference point. We cannot take this trade over here. Why? Because this is a reference point. Now, once we go here, what do we see? Cluster of closes. You can see cluster of close. And now we have, again, effort versus no result right over here. This bar, effort versus no result. You can enter on each of these bars. You can enter right over here, place your stop loss here, and go up to your direction, to R. Okay. Or you can also do like this. All right, we are forming a structure over here. This one is another entry on the moving average. Plus it's also coming on breaking the last high, which was kind of small consolidation here. If you this small structure.
Effort versus result also bar.
Yeah, this is also effort versus no result bar. You can enter. It comes on this bar above this one. So this is also an entry. You can see, so you have multiple trading opportunities. What I'm trying to say, the London, if you're on a 5-minute chart, if you were on a 5-minute chart, this seems like a bearish bar, right? Yeah. With huge sign. But if you go to the 3, see at 12 o'clock, my time, London Open. But if you go to the 3-minute chart, the whole situation was changed. This bar showed increased momentum. So it means the bulls are strong, because the 5-minute chart was a combination of all these bars. You understand? 3-minute chart, you can pinpoint your entries. Now here you can enter. You can enter. This is the first test. Now the problem is, why would I not enter over here? The reason why? The reason is we are not on the reference level. Our reference level is either this one or this one, this line. Here as well, we made a first lower low. I will not enter here because I was waiting for this one. The price goes up, bearish momentum, and then the price comes out. Now this one, I know that the price is continuously making higher lows and we have effort versus no result. I can enter confidently over here. Why I did not enter over here? Because I wanted this bearish bar to be on this level or this level. Understand? But it did not come on the right location. But this one, we had a higher low. It gave us enough confirmation that we can go long. Do you understand how we use the reference levels?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any confusion so far? Said?
No, I think no confusion. Everything
Okay.
is
Yes.
pretty clear. Yeah.
And one more thing, when you draw the trend line, when you draw the structure, remember that you should form waves. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, should form waves. Only then you can draw. Okay, but the thing is, like some people have confusion. For example, if you have an up bar here, and we have this bar, okay, and we have bullish. How many bars down should we do? How many? At least 2 bars. How many? At least 2 bars for swing low. Swing low and swing high should have at least 2 bars. Do you understand? For example, this one is not a swing high because it's 1 bar only. All right. This one is a swing low, swing high, swing low. This is not a swing. This is swing high. This one is not a swing high. This is not a swing high. Why? Because it's only 1 bar. We should have at least 2 bars. This is not a swing high. This is not a swing low. Why? Because we have 1 bar. So we have this one is a swing high. And this one, 1 bar, 2 bar, this is swing low. And this is another test of the swing high. Do you understand? This is not a swing low. Why? Why this is not a swing low? This one. Because we do not have a swing high. This one is not a swing high. Remember that. This is not swing high. It's only 1 bar. It should have 2 bars. 1 bar and then 2 bars. Do you understand? It's important.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clearly written in your book.
Yeah,
I saw it from your book. Yeah.
This one here is not a swing high. Why? It's not a swing low. Why? It's just a normal consolidation structure. Many people confuse it. This is a swing low. Why? Because 1 bar, 2 bar. This is swing low, 1 bar, 2 bar. So this is swing low. So we can draw this structure like this. Okay, we can easily draw. Okay, this swing low. Sorry, this is not a swing high. Why? Because we have only 1 bar here. So we can draw the structure from here. And now we are in the direction of the market. And what do we see? Hidden spring right over here on this point. Increase volume, potential to go up. So you have to correctly identify swing high and swing low. This is not a swing low. This is not swing low. This is not swing low. Why? Because it's only 1 bar. Do you understand? Now, what is this? These all are cluster of closes. Okay, these all are cluster of closes. But why this cluster of close will fail? Because we have strength in the background. We have strength in the background. So this cluster of close will fail. I have less than 1 minute. I have to restart it. Hold on.